This is not a song. It is a record. They were marched in chains from the inland to the sea. Most never reached the water. We tell it plainly, so it is not forgotten.
They were taken from their villages. They were tied at the neck and the wrist. They were made to walk toward the coast. Many of them did not ride.
300 miles
of blood and tears.
300 miles in iron and rope.
They walked for weeks.
They walked for months.
The trail was lined with the ones who fell.
Yeah. It began before the morning light. When the raiding parties came, villages were burned so the people could not return to them. The strong were chosen first, The ones who fought back were killed in front of the rest. They were marched out in lines and sold from one trader to the next. A captured person could be exchanged for cloth, for iron bars, for guns, for rum. The line of the chain was called a coffle. It moved only as fast as the weakest body in it. Forked branches were cut and locked around the neck. One captive tied behind another. Iron rings closed on the ankles, joined by chains that cut the skin with every step. Hands were bound so no one could lift food to their own mouth without permission. They were marched from the interior of Yoruba land, of Igbo land, of the Hausa north, of Asante, of Congo. Some walked from places that lay hundreds of miles from any sea they had ever heard of. The march could last weeks, for some it lasted months across forest, river, and open plain. They were given little water, the food was thin and given only to keep them alive enough to sell. Dysentery moved down the line and did not stop. Sores from the irons turned to wounds that did not close. A child who could not keep pace was carried until the mother had no strength to carry. Then the line did not wait. The line never waited for anyone.
They were taken from their villages. They were tied at the neck and the wrist. They were made to walk toward the coast. Many of them did not arrive. 300 miles of blood and tears. 300 miles in iron and rope. They walked for weeks. They walked for months. The trail was lined with the ones who failed.
Yeah. When a person collapsed and could not rise, they were beaten where they lay. When the beating did not raise them, they were left on the path to kill beside it. The dead were not buried, their bodies were left in the open on purpose. This was done so the ones still walking would see it and keep moving forward. Parents watched their children fall and were driven on before they could kneel beside them. The old were lost first, the sick were lost next. The very young rarely lasted the full march. The trails to Weeda, to Badagry, to Bonnie, to Lagos, to El Nido were known by the dead along them. At the coast they were forced into holding pens, fence yards the traders called barracoons. At the slave castles they were locked in stone, dungeons cut below the ground, packed in the dark. At Elmina and at Cape Coast they waited there for weeks, until a ship came for them. Their bodies were marked with a hot iron so each buyer would know which
Captives were his.
they were inspected like cargo,
Counted in ledgers,
recorded only as numbers and prices.
then they were brought out from the dark and driven through one final narrow gate. That gate opened onto the water, and the waiting ships, it was called the door of no return.
Most who passed through it never saw their homeland, their village or their families again. The march to the sea had already taken more of them than the names that were ever written down.
Count the miles, count the chains, count the ones who failed, count the names you were never given. The record still stands.
They did not vanish, they were taken, and the path was marked with their dead. The traders kept careful books. The dead were entered as loss and as cost. But every number was a person who had a village, a language, and a name. The coast was not where the suffering began.
The truth. Something that the country has a problem with, I'm sure, but it is what it is. What's going on, Union Gang? We back, right? We back on it. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. This is how it's going down. There are consequences for elections in this country, and if you elect a criminal, you can expect crime syndicates. So that is just the facts. Because America has a white supremacist ideology, that is why we're in the shit that we're in right now. And those who are new jumping on the page, welcome to the Antifa War Room. I'm Rig, your local Antifa field commander. I am multi-streaming, multiple platforms right now, YouTube, Twitch, this one right here, I keep on forgetting a lot of times, Substack and TikTok. And tonight we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the state of the country. General McChrystal, if you guys remember, he was a general that got relieved by Obama. He was shit talking him in Afghanistan, and Obama pulled him back in. Listen, one thing about Obama, if Obama go relieve somebody, he did it face to face. That's how you do it. He recalled him and relieved him to his face. Trump would never do that. Trump will fire people by tweet and do all kinds of dumb shit. But he dropped a video. I'm going to show that a little later about his concerns about democracy. My problem with that is it's too little too late. Generals are fucking being purged. Everyone should be out here raising the fucking alarm what's happening. It's only going to get worse until we start fighting back, until we start pushing back against these demons. They're going to continue to normalize that shit. They're going to continue to normalize fascism. That's really what the mainstream, lamestream ass media is doing right now. CNN, right? They're bringing on fascists, right, for content. And they're sitting here trying to have a debate. I mean, how you go debate Nazis? I mean, be so fucking for real right now, right? How are you going to debate that shit? How you going to continue to treat the Supreme Court like a legitimate body? The Supreme Court is not a legitimate body, guys. It is bought and paid for by the right wing. And matter of fact, that's the first video. Let's get into that.
A sitting judge just condemned the Supreme Court's conservative supermajority as a pack of scheming partisan hypocrites whose imperious ideology has cratered democracy itself. Hawaii Supreme Court Justice Todd Edens wrote in a ruling that SCOTUS has systematically dismantled democratic safeguards, steamrolled constitutional liberties, and trampled human dignity. He accused the Republican-appointed justices of conducting a judicial demolition of the Voting Rights Act, writing, "The Roberts Court sees only white. The court calls the Constitution colorblind while engineering the dilution of Black votes and the erasure of Black history. That is not blindness, that is white sight by design, and a cynical way to advance the supermajority's partisan project." Then he kept going, writing, "The Supreme Court looked at Trump's naked racism against Haitian immigrants and pretended to see none of it. Its hubristic originalists used a cherry-picked slice of history to hand Trump dictatorial control over the government. It made sure that one's wealth counts more than another's vote. It placed a president above the law, crowning Trump as a king. It's making the country more dangerous with a radical reinterpretation of the Second Amendment that is unmoored from text or history. And in June, 4 fair-weather textualists deserted the 14th Amendment to rule against birthright citizenship."
Which is fucking insane, right? The fact that the Supreme Court unanimously voted to uphold the TikTok ban unless they sold to an American company. But when it comes to birthright citizenship, it's a fucking split, right? It's a split 5-4. The fact that you have to be born in the country, we know that automatically gives you citizenship. But the fact these demons are trying to take that shit away, right? They want to tell you, racist ass white people in America want to tell you who gets to be a citizen and who don't get to be a citizen. That's it. That's the whole issue. And welcome Raiders, welcome Raiders. But yeah, this is the shit that's happening right now. This is what we're dealing with. Open white supremacy in the courts. And I got more to say after this video.
Eden's conclusion: that's not all life tenure and zero accountability have produced lately, but it's enough. And then he drew the line. Hawaii's Supreme Court will interpret its own state constitution for itself. Whenever possible, Hawaii's courts will preserve the constitutional liberties that SCOTUS wants to snatch away. They will not take their marching orders from 6 Republicans in robes who are hell-bent on destroying American democracy.
Straight up. And that should be the standard. No one should be treating the Supreme Court with any type of legitimacy. They are bought and paid for. Right? They are bought and paid for. Look, dude, the only people honking out in here are demons, because you see the world in black and white. Because I'm holding white people accountable, now you think I hate you. I don't hate white people. I only hate the racists. Right? And really, I don't hate you. I just match and exceed your energy. I really don't give a fuck about racist demons. Y'all always been around. Y'all like maggots, right? You always around. You always in some shit. If there's some shit there, white supremacy is going to be in the midst of it. If some dirt going on in the country, if motherfuckers getting corrupted, because of your love of your white skin, that's why you got a felon inside the White House right now. Period. That's the entirety of this shit. We are here, the laughing stock of the fucking world. Donald Trump should have been in fucking prison after January 6th. But that just showed you that the cult knows no boundaries. They will follow him into hell. Period. They will follow him into the depths of hell. Just like Jim Jones, they'll drink the fucking flavor aid. Just like David Koresh, they'll burn up on the Waco compound for him. Because Trump can do nothing wrong according to his cult. The problem I have with everyone else that's in democracy, especially the fucking Democrats, is you got to start fighting. They declared war on people. They're literally building concentration camps. You cannot trust the media because they're bought and paid for by billionaires. Imagine the hypocrisy of America talking about the other countries in the world and problems they have and human rights abuses, but you ignore that shit right here. America's always turned a blind eye to black people. We've been knowing that. That's why it can't deal with the fact that it's still a slave country. The United States of America is still dealing with slaves. They're just behind prison bars right now. And if you don't go, then you'll find yourself at the other end of a noose somewhere. That's why they're out here handing out 100-year sentences to people. But they've been doing that shit to the black community. So some white people may be horrified, but you was fucking warned, man. You was warned about what fascism brings you. And make no mistake about it, America is a fascist ass country. You love your white skin more than democracy. That's why we're here. You'd rather take a white, fat, fucking criminal pedophile and make his ass look like an emperor and run around and hold his ass up as he's deteriorating on camera. You hold his ass up and say, hey, this is the standard. This is meritocracy. Instead of having a powerful black woman who served in all branches of the government, who was more than qualified, you ignored that shit for the demons and for the criminality. And now you're wondering why so many crimes are happening. Trump is a criminal, period. He always has been. Now, y'all just don't care anymore because criminals can become presidents. Rapists become presidents now. And so the military is in a particularly awkward position, as we already talked about. But let's jump into it. Here's a video for General McChrystal. And I'm going to stop it sometimes because I want to cut in and interject a few times while you're talking.
What is your assessment of how strong the military is as an institution? Can it withstand a 2-year or 4-year interlude of perhaps an intensely partisan leader of the military or an intensely partisan president?
Before he answers that, it's been longer than that. This is Trump's second term. He was already doing hella dirt his first time in there. Remember, he did dirt during his first administration. He was impeached twice in his first administration. Colonel Vindman testified against him in his first impeachment trial. And when he beat the impeachment, what did he do? He came back and fired him and his brother. And they began purging people out of the military even then. So he's been corrupt in this. This is not just a 2-year or 4-year occurrence. We're going into fucking year 7 right now, or fucking at least year 5.5 going on 6 of him actively doing dirt. But it's not like Trump came in here to a clean slate. The military, just like the country, has been always leaning to white supremacy. They've just been lying to themselves about it.
Well, Margaret, we don't know. We've not had a test like this, at least in my lifetime, and any time I can remember in American history. We are in an era now when there's been an unprecedented purge of military leaders, not for incompetence or misbehavior, that's always appropriate and required, but for political affiliation or for following policies that they had been instructed to follow in previous administrations. And so the problem is when you start to purge people out of an institution, that necessarily weakens it. And it's not always obvious initially. The Army and the Pentagon still look as strong as ever.
So I disagree. It's damn obvious for me. As a retired veteran, I had general concerns for the first time in my life whether the military would try to intervene when Trump lost the election in 2020. I really had concerns. And it wasn't until like the Joint Chiefs of Staff, all previous Joint Chiefs of Staffs came out with a letter saying the military will remain apolitical and they will stay out of this election. Because Trump wanted to go out here and fucking seize voting machines like the other brain dead ass general was talking about, the one who ran down in Florida. Right? They was talking about seizing voting machines and all kind of dumb shit like that. So the warning flags have been there. After the insurrection on January 6th, he should have been in prison. But y'all did the unthinkable. You put his ass back in power. And so now, it is what it is.
The Navy's got the same number of ships, but the military is based on a culture. And that culture is one of respect. It's one of service. It was always been one of being apolitical. Mm-hmm. And
I'm going to push back on that too. The military, in theory, is supposed to be apolitical, but it plays hella politics. It plays hella politics. If you go take your ass down there to Washington, D.C., you can see how, man, that shit can get dirty as hell with the military. The military was supposed to be apolitical, but that's out the door. That's out the door. The moment you put a criminal in charge, all that shit is now. So now it's about MAGA and fuck everybody else in the military. And we see that clearly from day one when he went in there, but it was already set up. And when I talk about a little more about that anyway, once this is done, but it's not like I said, he came in here to a blank slate and had to convince people. He already had loyalists in the fucking government because the Democrats were too weak to purge him.
I don't think we'll know how weak it is until the wind blows hard. And then suddenly we'll find out whether we've actually damaged the structure beyond repair. And that's a question I think about a lot.
The wind blowing. Hey, General, the wind is blowing right now. The wind is blowing like a motherfucker, right? The wind is blowing because Trump is using the military to assassinate people on the high seas. The wind is blowing, General. It's blowing right fucking now. Trump is using the military against his own citizens down there in Washington, D.C. D.C. is effectively under martial law. You have National Guard patrolling the streets of fucking D.C. like it's some kind of combat zone. Straight up. That's the problem. Welcome, Raiders. And that's the problem in the country. But it's all being normalized. We've seen a video where a white woman, a veteran, mind you, was brutally taken down by National Guardsmen. They do not have the power to arrest citizens, but they don't give a fuck. Just like the vice president told ICE, you have absolute immunity. That's the shit they're telling these fools. That's why you see so many brazen acts happening right now. They don't give a fuck about your amendments. They don't give a fuck about your civil rights or your constitutional rights. You've got to be prepared to match and see their energy. But I'm gonna let this general finish, and then we're gonna get into this shit.
It concerns you.
Yes, ma'am. What will it take for our military to get back into what I would consider a healthy state. I'm sure there's some people that say that get rid of the people who believed in DEI or other issues makes us a better military. I just have a different view.
Right.
Okay, so when white people talk about DEI, they mean everybody but white people, right? White people been ignoring. There is no fucking standards. We know that already. The fact that Pete WikiLeaks XF became Secretary of Defense with 0 qualifications, that lets you know a Fox fake news host replaced a black 4-star general. So I don't want to hear fuck all about DEI or CRT or BLM. That's just code for white people being racist. You wouldn't need diversity, equity, and inclusion if you quit elevating weak white people over qualified people of color and black people specifically. But because they keep on allowing unqualified white people to get in charge of the country, that is why we're in this shit. So when they talk about this DEI and all this, remember, America is so fucking racist, they never did anything for black people. You show me one policy that only affected and helped black people in the history of this country in 250 years, and I eat my fucking cover right now that I'm wearing. I will eat this fucking hat. Show me one policy that only benefited black people. It's never happened. And I can show you 10 or 12 times where black people were specifically excluded. So do not act like this is a both sides issue. America has always been a white supremacist country. It just was good at lying about this shit. Now with Trump out there, you can't lie anymore because Trump is in your face racist, right? Even Reagan will probably blush like, damn, bro, I didn't know we was gonna go that hard, because at least Reagan knew how to code switch. He spoke in code. Only one time I caught him on tape like being overtly racist, but you saw the racism through his policies. Right, through his policies and how he tried to clean it up, because once you understand the lingo and the code he used, same shit. All right, let's get it.
Right.
But I think the military has to be a mirror of American society. And if America doesn't see itself in the military, and if the military doesn't see itself in society, then you have this natural separation. And we've actually, with the volunteer military, we've always had the danger that the military would become so professionalized that they would be a separate entity.
Independent, yeah.
And you don't really want that. At least I don't. I want, when we go to war, I want every zip code at risk.
Yeah.
I want every part of society fully invested.
Okay, so let me push back on a couple of those things. First and foremost, the military is a representation of society. Everything that's happening, it's not like these soldiers and airmen and Marines and sailors, it's not like they get recruited from space somewhere. They get recruited off the streets of this country. So the same shit that America's dealing with, the military is dealing with that too. You have some very good people in the military and you have some absolute demons in the military. Doctors, lawyers, people who join to get the GI Bill, to get out the streets. Some people joined so they wouldn't go to prison. Some people were serial killers who haven't been caught yet. Some people was dope dealing. Some people was gang banging. Many of them bitches were white supremacists. And they joined to get skill sets so they can move up. But let's be clear, man. America is a white supremacist nation, and so is the military. And I can show you that. The reason I'm wearing this shirt right now is to show you none of these airmen that you see was treated fairly by the military. They literally fought against the Nazis. They fought to keep the skies of Nazi Germany clear. Never lost a bomber to enemy contact. And not one of these men were put in for the Medal of Honor. A lot of these men were not given their fucking benefits when they came back. Do you understand? So you good enough to go fight for Nazis over in Germany, but then you find out they treat the Nazis better than you did at the camps. So let's really talk about the real shit that happens in the military. This general, like I said, a lot of these guys got their head in the fucking clouds. The military is racist as fuck. And the only thing that kept the military in check was the fact that you had federal laws in place and you had people who at least tried to play the game. But they always been racist. All you got to do is look at what we go through as black soldiers. Do you really think the rank of master sergeant all I should have got? Do you really think the medals I got are all I should have got? The fuck out of here, bro. I don't even bitch about that shit. I've thrown away medals because it wasn't worth it. I'm being honest with you. Shit, I was like, man, keep that shit. Straight up. That's how racist the country is. And the fact that we got to come out here and still talk about this shit after being ignored, that's what makes my blood boil. We are here because of America's imperialist ways. White people in this country want to conquer shit. They want to go out here. We want to be a nation of warriors, fighting these forever wars. But what has the imperialists got us? Being such an imperial nation, what has it gotten us? What is dropping 2 nukes on Japan gotten us? What is overthrowing at least 30 countries gotten us? What is all the wars in Vietnam and all this shit with the CIA? What the fuck has it gotten us? I joined the military because I didn't want to die in the streets of California. That's why I joined the military. And you know what I got in the military? I got attached to a socialist system. Healthcare paid for, dental paid for, at least in the good days. A steady job. But Republicans in this country do not want you to have that shit. So they take it away from you and make you become cops and make you go do the dirty work. I would never be a police officer. That's why I became a soldier. I said, well, shit, at least if something go down, I don't have to go arrest my own people. That's exactly what I said. I didn't join the army because of duty, honor, country. I joined the army because I didn't want to get smoked in the streets. It was just after LA riots. And I don't think I would have made it as long as I did had I been woke. At some point, I mean, listen, I knew the country was racist, but I believed a lot of the propaganda because you have to. I mean, how you go make it in the machine that, listen, the military punish you if you step out of line. That's how the military goes. So if you think people can just be like, hey, well, that's not right. If you speak out against any order, you punished. I don't give a fuck if it's legal or not. Even if you refuse to follow illegal orders, you will be punished. It will cost you your career. It may cost you your freedom. And I don't think people understand that. That's why I could never let my son join the army. Are you fucking kidding me? I will go to war with the military before I let my son join that shit. I'd be damned if I let my son serve under such a fucking demon who don't give a fuck. Trump never gave a fuck about the military. Talk shit about John McCain. That's why I quit fucking with him then. And the fact that white people still gave him passes burned me the fuck up. IG don't work, bro. Listen, IG works in a perfect society. I've been to IG. I've seen, especially in DC. IG is corrupt as hell. Once you got people that's corrupt, the system doesn't work anymore. Shit, I found out. I thought I had shit happen to soldiers, man. They had outed this dude's status, man. They outed his fucking HIV status, and he had filed complaints and shit. He went to IG. They covered all that shit up. They was doing dirt to soldiers while I was there, and I fucking disobeyed the order because they were trying to bring people in because they're on TDY status. They said, hey, a GS-14 was basically telling soldiers what to do. Had them stay in this, told them, restricted them to a certain hotel. And then, even when the base was closed, like when we closed down for like emergencies, they made only those guys come in. So I had to fucking file a fucking complaint. I was there over the soldiers. They relieved me because I refused to do it. I'm like, God, I'm not coming in. They said, well, you don't have to come in, but they got to go in. I'm like, what kind of leader would not go out there? If your soldiers there, you go be there. Well, why would you bring somebody in when there's a state of emergency? Who authorized that? If the generals say they close the base, then who the hell is a GS-14 to go where the general says? So please don't tell me that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I live this shit, right? I live this shit. I dedicated my life to this soldier and shit. And I can give you the good and the bad and the ugly of it. People have the wrong ideas about the military. The military can be grimy as hell. All type of shit happen out here, man. When it get dark, man, they will shoot your ass out there in these combat zones. All you gotta do is look at history. You think this shit was different? Hell, male soldiers was getting raped and damn and during Desert Storm. What are we talking about here, man? So this shit can get dark. And I need people to understand what has happened in the military, because just like you got this shit in society, the same thing you deal with in the military. All types of horrible shit. Because America is racist, homophobic, transphobic, and misogynist. This is why you only got one female that ever got the Medal of Honor. Only one. In the 250-year history of the country. Only one woman got the Medal of Honor. One. And they tried to take that shit back from her. That's misogyny in your face. There are women that out-soldiered the fuck out of me. There was a girl when I was in B-Knock. She carried the fucking bag, the gunner bag for the 60. As heavy as that bitch was. She ran like a 12-minute 2 mile. My fastest time at the time was about 12:30. One time I think I went like a 11:53. I was racing one of my squad leaders, blew my socks off. I was scared to race her. I was glad she wasn't in my damn heat because I didn't want to get embarrassed. But there's women who could outshoot you, out-soldier, outdo all that shit. But the military will not recognize them the same way they don't recognize black people. And I think it's important that you understand what you're dealing with here. Because you allow white supremacy in there. This is back in the day, man. I ain't running none of that shit now. My days are running over with. Yeah. So my fastest 2 mile time ever was 11 minutes and 53 seconds. My fastest time ever. But my platoon sergeant kicked not my platoon sergeant, my squad leader. I never forget him, man. Hey, Staff Sergeant Navarro. Staff Sergeant Navarro, man. Because I thought I was pretty hot shit. You know, I was pretty fast in the day. And we was talking shit. I was like, ain't no way you gonna get me, old man. Shit, well, hey, it's there. Shit. So listen, man, that's not even that fast a time. My gunner was running damn near 10-minute miles. So 10-minute 2 mile, just in case you was wondering. My gunner, shit, Sundstrom was the fucking best soldier I ever had. Man, he made me feel old as hell. Because this boy, like I said, first of all, he played soccer. Right? He plays soccer. So you know them boys run. He will be coming back while the battalion's still running out there. He was the fastest man in the battalion. So that's it. 14 was slow. I'm sorry, man. And my fastest time was 11:53. I averaged 12s. This is back in 99 when I was in Kosovo. So we talking about 1999. So just let y'all know. But once again, women have always been played in this damn thing. I remember that. Listen, in my career, there was no women. There was no women in air defense and Stinger. I remember the first time a woman got attached to our unit, they recalled everybody. Friday night, they recalled us. I thought we was going to war or something. So I'm like, I just happened to be on post. So I went back there for the alert. And there was like, you know, well, a woman is coming in and I'm like, dude, we got recalled because a woman is coming to the unit. But this is the culture. When McChrystal talks about the culture, listen, a lot of white people got a rosy experience with the military. The military is not for the faint of heart, man. Especially if you're not white. Now, it's tough on everybody coming through, but it's additionally worse if you queer, if you're a woman, if you black. It's far worse for you. And at least they have federal safeguards. Now, that shit is in the wind. There are no more safeguards. The military can do what the fuck they want to you now. And this is why I would never let my son join in good conscience.
I mean, in your estimation, is the culture that you talk about in the military, is it, in your experience, strong enough to withstand a 2 or 4 year period that is quite different from the one you're familiar with?
I think the military culture is strong, but I'm not convinced that it's unbreakable.
Okay.
I think that there's every likelihood that we've weakened things and it will be difficult to repair it.
Okay. And that's a general saying, difficult to repair it. I'm gonna give you my no nonsense assessment. The moment you let Donald Trump back in power, democracy died. We told people you can choose between Trump or democracy, but you're not gonna get both. The man has been having autocratic tendencies. He sat here to this day, he cannot admit he lost the 2020 election. To this day, they still lie about that. Even during his first term, he pardoned some of the worst war criminals in history. He pardoned Blackwater. Blackwater was a contractor company out here who machine gunned children to death in Baghdad, Iraq. Machine gunned them to death. Killed like almost 20 people in this engagement. They was never attacked. Nobody even shot at them. They were sentenced to life in prison, which is fucking tough to get, man, especially because they give you a lot of leeway. They give you a lot of leeway as a soldier, especially in combat. You got to go over the top to kill people, which these guys were doing. And remember, these guys were not fucking soldiers. They was doing it as contractors. Because the military was stretched too thin. Trying to fight a two-front war, plus you didn't take the numbers. General Shinseki said that we would need 250,000 people to pacify Iraq. He was not wrong. But Rumsfeld thought he could do it with a much smaller force, so they dismissed him. And then we got locked down into a 20-fucking-year quagmire. You had soldiers being overrun. We haven't had soldiers being overrun since Vietnam. Generals being killed in fucking battle. We haven't had generals being killed in battle since Vietnam. And now it's far worse. At least then you had competent commanders. Now you got ass kissers and Kool-Aid drinkers. So this is why we got bodies, and this is why they're lying. I do not believe that our body count is less than 20 people. I believe far more people died out here in these combat zones. And they're lying to you about that. The federal government is lying about how many people died. The federal government is trying to hide the destruction of those military bases over there because they do not know what the fuck they're doing. Pete Whiskey Licks is a fucking liar and a disgrace. Period. He has no fucking clue what he's doing. This is why sailors can't be fed on aircraft carriers because they don't know how the logistic chains work. This is why you got them doing fucking jets flying by and Apaches over at Kid Rock House because the military has already been corrupted, guys. Because Biden did not purge the white supremacists out the ranks, all they did was fall in when Trump won again. That's it. So they purged the generals and they let the Kool-Aid drinkers in and move up. And they openly racist against black people, banned shaving profiles, kicked out all the women, did the queer community dirty as fuck. Right? Within 2 years of retiring, they push you out. Imagine being forced out the military with 2 years left to retire. So they ain't got to pay you benefits. That's the dirty shit they did. They put fucking anti-vaxxers in here. Right? Fucking spread necks. And so these idiots didn't want to take vaccines. So now you had outbreaks on military bases. And they have to go back and start doing this again. You don't get a choice, man, if you want to take a vaccine or not. You do what's better for the collective. But since the standards are out the window, that's why you got this shit. Now you got to learn shit the hard way. You got to learn shit the hard way because you got morons in charge of the country. Look, America's always been racist. I get that shit. The deal breaker should have been having competent people. We didn't win in Afghanistan when we had the best people in there. We didn't win in Iraq. How the fuck do you think we go win in Afghanistan or in damn Iran with Trump leading the way, with the Secretary of War Crimes leading the way? You think blowing up school children is going to help people to America's cause? So this is it. This is it. I don't know who you are, dude, but moderator, show him to the door. Show him to the door. We can help you out. This is not a live. This is not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. Close the door behind him so he can't come back. I don't give a damn. Straight up. You hear me? Listen, I did not make the rank of master sergeant and give him the fuck what anybody thought about me. Because I walked the path less than 1% of Americans walk. No matter how you feel about that shit. I know people getting their feelings when I'm out here with my full-size medals on and I'm wearing my cover. I'm a civilian. I'm retired with that shit. I do what I want to. And I damn sure did it honorably. I didn't have to bomb school children to do that shit. I didn't have to rape females and do all kind of dumb shit as a soldier. I didn't join for that. I damn sure to go out here and put brown people in the dirt. The country has been on that bullshit, man. And because you don't want to wake up, now you got something on your hands that nobody would want to talk about. Trump wants the military to follow his illegal orders, period. And it looked like they probably will do it because they're doing it already. They're doing it. It's illegal to arrest civilians. They're doing it. It's illegal to execute people on the seas. They're doing it. It's illegal to target school children with Tomahawk missiles. They fucking doing it. So if they seize voting machines, what are you going to do? If they seize voting machines during the midterms, what are you going to do? Because it's not like we didn't talk about them wanting to seize voting machines. We know they want to do it. You better have some contingency plans. At some point, you're going to have to fight for what you believe in. Freedom is not free. It never has been. So this is where we are, guys. This is where we are. The danger is you've allowed people to criminalize the military, just like you allowed them to criminalize the Supreme Court. Trump is a criminal first and foremost. He has stole billions of dollars. He breaks the law every fucking day. The Supreme Court is a supreme joke. You've never seen this type of purge in military history because you got people in charge who are not qualified. Donald Trump, for all of his failures, he does not know what the fuck he's doing. He literally went to war over a tweet at 3 a.m. because he saw that Israel was getting good press on Fox News. You don't believe me? Go get the latest book. Go get the latest book that was from the reporters. It's called Regime Change. That's why I went to war with Iran. Over a fucking tweet, and he's sitting up here watching Fox News. Fox fake ass news, by the way. So that's why we got soldiers losing their lives out here, because the military has lost the generals that got us back and forth from war. Now we got Fox News hosts running shit. And there's a price to pay. Right? There's a price to pay, man, for that. And so we're going to pay that price. But if you have not heard it anywhere else, we've already lost in Iran. Iran is a lost cause. If he really gave a damn, he wouldn't have went to a war. And his biggest supporters, Charlie Kirk, was against him going to Iran. There is no reason, there is no military objective in Iran, not for America. If you like doing Bibi Netanyahu's bidding, I get it. If you like doing those things, I get it. If you like sending your children home in body bags for Israel, okay then. But there is no reason for us to be fucking around in Iran. None. We just got out of a 20-year quagmire that Republicans started. Republicans, all they do is come in here and go to war and crash the economy. That's all they do. The Republican Party, that's all they've been doing. We went to war under Bush. Barack Obama ended the war in Iraq. Joe Biden ended the war in Afghanistan. Trump started another war. And he gonna lose that shit. That's what's happening. So those are facts. Take as long as you need with that. I see some people honking out in my comment section. Take as long as you need with that. People call it meritocracy when you got unqualified white men running the country. In what universe is Donald Trump qualified to be commander-in-chief? In what universe is Pete WikiLeaks Hegseth qualified to be the Secretary of Defense? So that's the issue. They're not qualified. Nobody care about equipment, dude. Equipment stays there. So in case you don't understand, we don't bring equipment back. They don't. That's part of the war machine. It's easier to give the contractors more money and just get you newer equipment. They leave that shit over there. All the wear and tear and all stuff they have to go through, they leave it in place. And they've been doing that. Because who go bring back a vehicle from Afghanistan that's been in heavy contact, been blown up, and all kind of shit happened to it? That's not the way we fight, man. Hey, and when you got $1 trillion war machine, you can do that. When you spend $1 trillion, you can throw away damn stuff out in combat. So the real issue is, has the imperialist nature of this wars helped America? Has any of that shit helped you lower the price of prescription medicine or get you some free health care? They did. Yeah, they left all kind of stuff there in Vietnam. They damn sure did. Vietnam fell apart real ugly. People trying to climb up on stuff. It was ugly. And here's the thing, man. What good did we do in Afghanistan after 20 years? I personally spent $2.4 billion in Afghanistan. I cannot tell you any good that it did. I can't. I saw the corruption in 2013 and I was sick to my stomach. But I had a choice. Keep my head down and fucking retire or get sacrificed. I kept my head down and fucking retired. Period. Because if that's what motherfuckers want to do over me, so be it. But I saw in 2013 it was hopeless. Hopeless. Because America has, this nation building shit was a mistake. There was no reason to go in Iraq at all. And there was no reason to stay 20 years in Afghanistan, especially after they got Osama bin Laden, the man they said that was responsible. They stayed in there. It's worse. They gave all these women false hope, man. False hope. The Taliban right back in there. Once again, America imperialism doesn't work. It may work for the contractors and for all these guys who made billions of dollars, but for the average working class person, you came home in body bags. A lot of people got PTSD. A lot of people are fucked up, right? Health-wise. Damn sure. I know I am. Shit. But that's the price you pay to make it to retirement. There was no way I was going to leave all that time on the table. So it is what it is. So I need you to understand what people are dealing with when they join the military industrial complex. It's all about programming you. And it's really too little too late from these generals, man. I don't know what that softball interview he was talking about. If you're not out here screaming from the damn rooftops of how corrupt this shit is and fighting back, then what good are you? Donald Trump don't give a fuck about the military. He never has. It's just a means to an end. He called them suckers and losers, and he treats them like suckers and losers. But white people in America, they forgave all of that. They forgave everything. So it is what it is. That's where we're at in the country. So I need you to understand that we don't know what's going to happen. We are truly in uncharted territory. Trump will use ICE to try to stay in power if he loses the election. Trump will try to use the military to stay in power if he loses the election. Just know that. So you won't be shocked and be like, oh my God, because he's been doing this. If you can blow up a boat with fishermen and call them drug dealers, if you can go out here and arrest citizens, do you think it's a stretch for them to seize a voting machine? Or to go help the military go after Antifa and BLM? Why do you think they're trying to call us terrorists? So they can justify the use of force. If they call you a terrorist, shit, they call Martin Luther King a terrorist. It's the oldest trick in the book. They label you a terrorist so they can deny you your rights. That's why you got a man looking at 100 years in prison. And nobody died out there that day. He looking at 100 years in prison, but you didn't have 100-year energy for people who stormed the Capitol and smoked 5 cops? You didn't have 100-year energy for that? Shit, even the person who had a book of anti-imperialist and capitalist stuff in their house, they received more time than the people who attacked us January 6th. The longest sentence was handed down to the Powerpuff Boys, the leader of the Powerpuff Boys. He got sentenced to 22 years in federal prison. Texas just sent a man who had nothing to do with the fucking protests to 30 years. They sentenced him to 30 years. So that's what it is. You damn right, I'm an Army cook. My favorite dish is flame roasted fake ass patriot. I serve that with a side of Nazi tears. Y'all can cry harder about that shit. Because we already know when you black, that thank you for your service shit go out the window. The first thing they do is say you was a cook or you was stolen valor. Them were like the 2 biggest things I get. You gay, and then followed by stolen valor. I don't give a fuck about what little dick demons think. Because y'all bitches in the closet, y'all love that dick. Let's just be clear. Plenty of y'all getting ran through like Lindsey Graham. Plenty of you on your backs for that shit. So please don't come in here and try to use that shit as a slur to be a fucking homophobe. Right? Well, it's really even worse, you a fucking hypocrite. Imagine loving a dick, but then you want to sit here and persecute people. This is what really pisses me off with the Republican Party. Lindsey Graham was a flaming homosexual, a literal power bottom for Trump. But he was completely homophobic and transphobic. But he paid a trans woman to dick him down. He paid a trans woman to lay pipe to him. It's the fucking hypocrisy for me, man. It's the hypocrisy. Yeah, hey, go check my last live. I got the receipts. Let me know if y'all want the receipts. I'll show you that shit again. Right? She got the names. She got the text messages, the hotel, she got everything. She got everything on. And listen, she won't be the last one because it was not his first rodeo. He asked her questions. He told her, hey, he asked her, are you a top or bottom? He knows the lingo. He knew the lingo. Then he told her, I'm a bottom. Right? He told her, he paid her $400 to get the Dr. Longstroke put on him. And her receipts are fucking immaculate. She got everything. And hey, have you heard the news talk about it? Have you heard the news talk about any of this shit? They got so much smoke for Bill Cosby, so much smoke for P. Diddy. But you had a sitting U.S. senator out here getting piped down by sex workers in D.C. Remember, that shit is illegal in America, right? They label sex work illegal, but they want to still exploit people. It's the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy. How dare you talk shit about the queer community, but you out there indulging in that shit. You getting dicked down by the queer community, but you treat them like this. It's the hypocrisy for me, man. And the media, Lindsey Graham, you didn't know? Man, hold up. We got some people that know. Hold on, man. Listen, I kept them receipts. Shit. I kept them receipts. I got you. Let me pull that shit up for you real quick. You didn't know? Shit. I've been calling him Lady G. The streets been talking. They call him Ladybug too. But listen, he been out there getting piped down. Hold on, man. Let me pull this shit up. Man, shit. They probably suppressed the hell out of it. But listen, I'm going to let y'all see it again. At the risk of getting clapped. Yes, old Lindsay, man. Hey, listen. She got the receipts. She got the receipts. Hold on, guys. Somebody didn't see it. I got you right now. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to let y'all. Listen, I can't show you for TikTok, but if you go back to my YouTube page, you'll see it right here. I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to show you 2 clips. This is the lady talking right now doing the interview.
Does this look okay? Mm-hmm. Is it clocked? So, ladybugs. People want to sit there and say, oh, Lindsay was gay, Lindsay was gay. No, Lindsay liked dick.
I think this is the first exclusive sit down that anyone's given about Lindsey Graham.
I think so.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
We're coming on the air with breaking news.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham
from the state of South Carolina has died at the age of 71.
Death nulls an NDA, right? Did you sign an NDA?
I did not sign an NDA. I said hello, and the only thing this person said was, if you move forward with your story, watch your back.
Oh my God.
I'm like, are they going to shoot the plane down? Like, what the hell?
So they were clearly trying to silence people that are wanting to speak out about it.
People want to sit there and say, oh, Lindsay was gay, Lindsay was gay. No, Lindsay liked dick. She was a bottom. Sorry for being so vulgar. She was a hungry fiend.
So, the ladybugs of it all.
Just woke up. Senator Lindsey Graham is dead. Some of you may know this and some of you may not, but for a very long time, I was a fierce sex worker. Kind of still am. But Senator Lindsey Graham was one of my clients. You know, this transphobic, homophobic man can rot in hell. When I first met Lindsey Graham, I had no idea who he was. I just thought he was some horny old man. And there is a bit of lore behind me knowing him for sure. Like, I was definitely threatened with my life, and I also was on the verge of selling this story to every major news network on the globe practically, with a team of other people who also saw him. But it went to shit because all of us were threatened. So if you want more story and more tea, sound off in the comments.
So I put this little video together because it's like 3 different videos, but I put them all together. When I saw her, because listen, I was patiently waiting. But don't worry, but wait, there's more, baby. I'm going to show you the still shots. I'm not going to show you the video. I'm going to pause it and let you guys see the text messages. I didn't need the text messages. I already knew. I knew he was getting dick down. But she came out, and I'm sure there's rumors there's at least 3 more people coming out. So the floodgates can go open up. But let's get into it. Hold on, man. Let me show y'all this piping ass hot tea. So, because like I said, her receipts are fucking immaculate. First on the list. Now hold on. I'm gonna show y'all this shit right here. Hold on. I'm gonna show. Hey, you guys stand by over there. I'm gonna show TikTok the screenshots. I'll pause it so y'all can see for yourselves. Right there. Right these are the. I'm gonna show you some of the screenshots she got from the text messages, but she got the exact timeline. Right. So listen, June 7th, 2015. Right. She arrived at the Hilton on DuPont Circle. She got the entire address right there. Right. Listen, she's saying that the senator has skin tags all over his thighs and butt, and he was circumcised. Right. So what is that telling you? That's telling you she's seen him in his birthday suit. Them are called immaculate ass receipts. So she said, was the first time he was with a trans girl? He said, no, he's been with a couple of them. So just so y'all know, and this is just the first page, it's the first one. Don't worry, it's going to get juicier. I'm going to flip the camera a couple of times. I want y'all to see it for yourselves. Right. So that if they go back, he will be in the same location. Then if people tracking it, she kept masterful receipts. Cold fucking busted, bro. Walk down. Walk down. Walk down.
headline, hear it now. You call for fire on every town. First on the
So once again, here's the ad she used. Let me break this down to y'all so y'all can see. I'm gonna give y'all the play-by-play. There's the ad she used. You can see right here, the real Allison James. That is her profile. She had her price like $356. She charged him $400 for the encounter. So you can see real ad right there. That's where I guess this is one of these high-end sites you can go on. So that's what he hooked up with. But wait, there's more. There's more, man. This is a U.S. senator. This is a homophobic, transphobic U.S. senator. And nobody dropping this, nobody talking about this. As salacious as this story is, they quiet about that shit. Nobody saying nothing, right? It's almost like the mainstream media is controlled by right-wing billionaires. Lord knows if it was a black senator, that shit, it'd be nonstop. They never stop, they never shut up about it. They'll probably have a Netflix fucking documentary on that shit. So the hypocrisy, it's about the fucking hypocrisy for me. It's on IG. Listen, I'm kind of, you know, on the fence about posting that shit because you know it'd be banning my ass. But I'm probably gonna go ahead and drop the whole video about it. But I did post on my live stream multiple times. But hold on, it gets better. Hey, it gets better. Stick around. Stick around. This shit about to get good.
Warhawk down, no Senate shield, no donor crown. All your words come circling around. First on the list, Warhawk down. Yeah, you said give Israel every bomb they need.
All right, now she got the text messages. Hold on, bro. Here, hey, get your screenshots ready, right? Hey, these are the text messages. You can read them for yourself. You can read them for yourself. Hold on. Hey, she got the text messages right here. You see those text messages? Hello, Allison. Are you available today? I'm interested in an appointment in this afternoon if possible. She says, yes, of course. I'll be in a DuPont circle closer to noon. I'm flying in from Atlanta and will land around 10 a.m. What specific time do you have in mind? He said, when is as soon as you will be available? She says, we can go around 1 to 2, 1:30 to 2, work with you, just so I can freshen up. And he says that works. Hold on. TikTok trying to make me do this damn thing about AWOL. Give me a second. I thought AFK. Okay. So he comes back with that works. Donation. So you already know, listen, he knows the lingo, right? So the safe word is like donation. They can't say, you know, what's the, that's the, they do these services for donations because he's just paying for her time. He's not paying her for the act, right? That's the workaround they use. She says she requests $400 minimum for her time. Does that work for you? Now here's the part that really fucked me up. Right, this is the icing on the cake. He said it does. You see it right there. What does he say? Are you more of a top or a bottom? I am a bottom. That is the words out of his whole fucking. You see it right there. He says it himself. He is a bottom. He wants to get pipe laid to him. And she says she's versatile. She 100% versatile. That means she can switch it. She can give or receive. Right? So right there, his own text messages. So cold fucking busted, bro. Listen, and once again, there is nothing wrong with being queer. The problem is being a fucking hypocrite. The problem is attacking sex workers. The problem, he texting a trans woman. Right, he's texting a trans woman. She's a trans woman. Still with the pipe because he got piped down. He paid her $400 to get piped down. Right, as a sitting U.S. senator, Lindsey Graham was in that bitch damn near 20 years. As a sitting U.S. senator, he getting piped down. Lady G, we've been saying, and where's the media? Where's the media at, man? The media quiet on this? But hold on, let me go to the rest of it.
Level the place, make the whole thing bleed. Strike the refineries, hit the sites. Overwhelming force day and night from the Senate floor. You fed that flame, new map, new target. Same old game, you called it strength as the bombers pass. Now every word comes back at last. No more Senate floor, no camera light. No staff are there to spend the night. Guards that kept count and kept names. Every ruined home remembers the flames. Now you stand before judging with no.
All right, so she dropping the exact address right at the Hilton. He said he's close there. This is how he described himself. He says, older white male, salt and pepper hair, stocky build. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lady G. Sure. Now, she wanted a picture, but he wasn't having that for obvious reasons. But they were able to talk on the phone. She verified that. He agreed to all of her details. His final thing he told her was, sounds good to me. See you soon, beautiful. And he dropped them ducats and got piped down. So just to let you know, man, a sitting U.S. senator who is a racist, a warmonger, and a homophobe and a transphobe got piped down by a trans woman. Paid for it, paid to get piped down. So this is where we are with the Republican Party. And he's not the only one. Matt Venmo Gates was with minors. Shit. Matt Venmo Gates, he paid over $90,000 for that shit. $90,000 he paid for it. Because that's why we call them Venmo Gates, because they got all the Venmo receipts. He paid $90,000 for these underage people. His homeboy went to prison. He's serving 11 years in Florida for the same shit. But because Matt Venmo Gates was in politics, they protected him. So this is it. Exactly. Whatever they are, they attack that. Every MAGA accusation is a MAGA confession. They're hypocrites, man. On top of everything else, they're hypocrites. You can't stand the trans community, but you lust after them. It's fucking ridiculous, man. You don't want to treat these people like human beings. You want to treat them like less than. But this is your fetish. They fetishize about that shit. They literally crashed Grindr during the RNC. So miss me with that bullshit, man. They've allowed all of this shit to be out here, all of this dirt they do to people. But they are fucking hypocrites. And they need to be called out. This story should be talked about because Lindsey Graham is a hypocrite and he's a danger to the queer community. That's why I'm doing this. I don't care. Listen, I don't care how you switch. I don't care if you give or receive. My very best friend is gay. And when I found out, I did not give a damn. Nothing changed. I still love his ass. Shit. Knew him since the second grade. That shit don't matter. When I had queer soldiers, only thing I cared about was I said, I don't care if you straight as long as you shoot straight. If you secure in your sexuality, what does it mean? Why would you worry about what somebody else is doing in their own spare time? But the Republican Party wants you to live in the closet. Look how they do with senators. That's why I don't understand any queer person that would support these fools. I don't understand how any black people can support these fools. The Republican Party is anti-queer. They're anti-black. They're anti-woman. They're really anti-science. They're damn sure anti-meritocracy because it's the good old boy system. You say it's not true. Well, come on up here. Drop a one in the comments and come explain it to me then. Come explain it to me. Come on down. Come on down and talk about it. Definitely anti-intellectual. Come on down and talk about it. Yeah, you say you're a Republican and you love all humans. Who did you vote for there, Republican? Who did you vote for, Republican? Hold on. We got a Republican in the House that says he loves all people. Who did you vote for in 2024, Republican? Okay, because it's impossible to be pro-Trump, right? It's impossible to be pro-Trump and pro-humanity. Trump is the worst of us. You say, I'm Hispanic too. Well, listen, coconuts for the machete. Moderators hold fire. That's coconuts for the machete. That's nothing new. We already know. Hold on. Matter of fact, I got a whole video for you. Hold on. Hold that thought, bro. Hold that thought. Hey, we got Latinos for Trump. Hold on, bro. I got you. You just in time. I just had one of those videos up. Let me go back and pull it up real quick. Because there's a guy who really talking about these Cubans, man, and all the dumb shit they've been doing. So the fact that immigrants are for Trump, like I said, literally, you here for your own, you want to self-deport. Straight up. Let's get it.
I wake up in the morning and I realize I am potentially part of the dumbest community of people humanly fucking possible. So here's some Cuban karma that makes my life worse, but yours, maybe a little bit better. My cousin who supported Trump is about to get deported. My other cousin who supported Trump has lost hundreds of thousands of dollars on his business because he imports equipment from fucking China. My friends and family who own trucking businesses, own trucks, drive trucks, either can't find drivers to drive because the illegals can no longer drive trucks, or option two.
Hold up. I just have to pay tariffs too on a damn, I got this balloon. I'm gonna be using. I got it from China, I guess. The company I dealt with got it from China. I had to pay fucking tariffs on that shit, man. Worth it though. Worth it. Because I'm gonna be on Trump ass with this one.
All of the fucking truck parts and the petroleum cost so fucking much that they're losing out on profit. And so because of that, on top of that, the tariffs are making imports into the port even more expensive. So the trucking contracts and the rates are fucking ass. So even if they could find a legal driver, nobody would drive for those fucking rates. And if they're out of money, they are incapable of fixing their number one way of making money. And even if they did fix it, they wouldn't be able to make enough profit to justify it. This by no means, shape, or form makes me fucking happy. This fucking sucks dick watching my entire community suffer. But I get to sit here and say, told you dumb fucks, told you dumbasses, look at you now, just as broke as me. I mean, maybe not as broke as me, I'm pretty fucking broke, but Trump is karma for Cubans. This is karma. Does it make me happy? I'll say it again, fuck no. But also, let's think about it, y'all. They've had that fucking dumbass battleship outside of Cuba, and they've increased the embargo, and Cuba's still not getting conquered or freed. You Cubans are fucking annoying because you're so fucking dumb and blind to white ignorance.
Straight up. Here's the thing. Republicans haven't done jack shit for immigrants, or especially Cubans. Cubans got granted amnesty by Bill Clinton. I know for a fact because my very first deployment was Operation Sea Signal in Cuba. My very first deployment, Cuba 1995, Operation Sea Signal. While I was there, you know, we was holding migrants that was coming in because so many people were swimming to America because they were trying to get from under, you know, Castro and shit. When Clinton gave them amnesty, they cried. They cried like they won a lottery. Built monuments, all kind of shit. And imagine going through all of that. Democrats let you come into the country, gave you a pathway to citizenship. And how do you repay democracy? By voting for a fucking dictator. And guess what? We warned you. He is racist. You thought that he would not be racist against you, but he is. They do not want Hispanic people here because you are having more children than they are. Period. That's just it has nothing to do about you outworking them. Yes, you outwork them too, but you having more kids. White people cannot reproduce fast enough to stay in the majority. All of this shit you see, all of these built in the concentration camps and treat people like shit and separating kids and smoking people and betting will they check themselves out in these concentration camps. It is all to try to preserve white supremacy. It is not going to work. It is not going to work. White women do not want to lay with y'all either because y'all nasty. And you taking away white women's right to their own bodily autonomy. So everything you're doing is counterproductive. If you really wanted white women getting pregnant, you will give them an environment that's safe. Who the hell want to have kids? Who want to have kids in these times? First of all, it's expensive. because America charges you to have children. Everything is a hustle in this country. Well, other countries done it better. China did it far better. China got 1 billion people over there, feeding them better cost of living. That's facts over your feelings. Mr. I will vote for Donald Trump. Right. Come on, man. But I got you, man. Since y'all in love with damn Trump right now, hold on. Let's get this popping off, man. Yeah, I got you. I got you, baby.
Hillary Clinton broke the law and she didn't get indicted. Joe Biden broke the law and she didn't get indicted. I did everything right and they indicted me. I did everything right and they indicted me. They indicted me. They indicted me. I did everything right and they indicted me. I did everything right and they indicted me. They indicted me. They indicted me. I did everything right and they indicted me. They indicted me. They indicted me. Hillary Clinton broke the law and she didn't get indicted. And she didn't get indicted. And she didn't get indicted. Joe Biden broke the law and she didn't get indicted. And she didn't get indicted. And she didn't get indicted. I did everything right and they indicted me. They indicted me. They indicted me. I did everything right and they indicted me. They indicted me. They indicted me. Hillary Clinton broke the law and she didn't get indicted. Joe Biden broke the law and she didn't get indicted. I did everything right and they indicted me. They indicted me. They indicted me. I did everything right and they indicted me. They indicted me. They indicted me.
Man, fuck Trump. Fuck that demon, man. Fuck that demon. Oh God. Oh. What a timeline, guys. What a timeline, right? To be a part of this nonsense. It really is living on Earth 2. The land of the upside down, right? We watch all this crazy shit going on. Obvious criminals out here. Oh, stick around, man. I got a bunch of them damn videos, man. They ain't going nowhere, but hey, I'll do that shit on the live stream. Hey, you gotta laugh to keep from crying about that shit. It is so crazy watching America burn. Oh, I'm telling you, man. It is fucking nuts right now. Yeah, it's me, bro. I think my dog was seeing me over there with Trump. I don't like me. My dogs, hey, listen, my dogs crash out. When they see this shit right here, when they see this, they crash the fuck out. Good dogs, man. Good doggies. Especially my young little soldier. She can't stand this dude picture. She crashed out when she see this shit. Yeah. Yeah, she a keeper. She a keeper, man. She a keeper. I'm like, yes. I got two. Hey, I got two. I got a pit child mix. And I got like a pit bull massive. Her name is Shiri, the same one from Black Panther, because she gonna be black. She blacked out too. She got like a white chest and big paws. Yes, she just learned how to go down the steps. She was going up for a while. She couldn't go down. We finally got her to get ready going down. Now she hears some shit. She come tumbling down them steps. They take off out back, man, hold it down. She sees something, she ready to crash out. And I'm here for this. She will do. It's exactly. Listen, she part of the bite first, ask questions later. And that's my type of doggy. That's my type of doggy. Shit. Because you gotta be ready, man. You gotta have contingency plans. People want to come for you. So I gotta have, like I said, hey, she gonna be ready. I told her, man. Hey, I want her to be ready. If she's like, see like Confederate flags, crash out. Right? Nazi tattoos, crash the hell out. I want her in full Cujo mode. Oh, shit. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy, man. It is nuts, man. It is nuts. But this is the precautions we have to take as Black people in the country. We have to protect ourselves. Slave catchers are not going to protect us. Oh, hold up. Hey, that might be her right now getting ready to get it. So, hey, you got to be ready, man. Yeah, the flag, all of that. Yeah. I want her crashing out on the flag. I want her crashing on all that shit. She's probably about 6 months. 6 months right now. She already a monster. She damn near weigh as much as my other dog is damn 1.5. So, yes. They're not. And so that's the thing, because as much as my wife try to socialize her, she's not about that life. Anybody she sees, she like, you can get it too. Listen, she do not care, man. And I'm okay with that. It drives my wife crazy. I'm like, but that's why we got her. I mean, and she really has a penetrating stare. She stares like directly at you. She'll sit and watch you, stare directly at you. But that's what I want. That's what I need to buy me some more time so I can grab my equalizers. But this is the world. Unfortunately, listen, guys, this is the world. This is the world we live in now. I honestly probably wouldn't have got the dogs had Kamala won. But since that demon is back in power, I said, you know what? I gotta have dogs, man. I gotta have dogs. And not only dogs, I need dogs that will be protector warriors. That's what I need. I need my dogs ready to fuck shit up when people try to come up in here. Right? That way I can sleep soundly. Between my arsenal and my dogs, I sleep soundly at night. I'm quite comfortable because, hey, my other one in the bed with us, midnight, he'll come out that bitch and she's downstairs patrolling. So they on guard duty. And that's the way it got to be, man. That's how it is. But this is the timeline, unfortunately. All right, I am happy. I finally found a damn game I can start gaming with my sons and shit now again and spend some time playing my PlayStation, because that shit been collecting dust for like years. I honestly thought that I wasted money buying it because I'm an avid gamer, but I just have not had time to do it. Between my regular life and career and the social media stuff, man, it takes time, man. It takes time. So it takes up a lot of time, but I believe in what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it. Period. I'm not going to be paid off. I'm not going to be intimidated. We're going to walk the path of Black liberation. We have to now. So, yeah, I got a second one. Mm-hmm. It was on my barber talked about it. It was an opportunity. And listen, I was on the fence. I'm like, well, I'm open to it. But my daughter was all in. She actually coughed up the money. She was all in. She wanted to, because she doesn't really like weapons that much. And she thought a dog would be a much better option. So, and she came up with the name too. Because I wanted a powerful Black name for the dog. And so she was like, what about like mythological characters? I'm like, shit, yeah, let's do that. So we discussed it some. I said, what about Shuri from the Black Panther? And she was like, yeah. So we like Shuri because, you know, Shuri becomes the Black Panther. So I'm like, yeah, man, I'm cool with it. So yeah, I retired under Obama. I beat Obama out of office. My final day as a soldier was April 30th, 2016. My final day as a soldier. It's been over 10 years, guys. I've been retired 10 years now. And that's the best thing about that shit. That's the best thing about that shit. I can tell you, being retired. I have to show you guys one of my pictures. I got a picture where I got my D214 blocked out, but I'm holding that shit up, and I got the biggest Kool-Aid fucking smile of all time, because that is why I put up with all that shit. For 22 years, 11 months, and 4 days, 5 operational deployments, man, to get to that point. And it was good, man. I'm glad. Listen, I'm so glad I didn't have to deal with none of that shit from Trump. I'm glad I got out under the best president. So I'll do a video and show you guys that, and I'll show it up in here. You guys will see it. Big ass. I'm wearing matter of fact, I'm wearing a Joe Montana jersey, 49er jersey, Joe Montana, throwback. I'm in my vehicle, man, holding that shit up, man, happy as hell. I think I still had my damn. I don't know if I had got my Durango yet. I think I still might have my damn old damn vehicle at the time, my truck. But I have to go back and check it out, man. But yeah, I got it. Matter of fact, hold on. While you bullshitting, I forgot. I got access to a lot of pictures here. Give me 1 second. We might not have to go that far at all, people. Shit. Let me take a look. Let me check something real quick. Because I forgot, man. I got a ton of fucking pictures on this thing. I keep shit at the ready, man. Let me take a look up here. I just want to see if let me see something, because I got a lot of good pictures in here. First of all, I think it's already I'm pretty sure it's in here because I already see my Archon I got from General Grange. Let me see if I could pump that shit up. I got a lot of pictures in here. Most of this shit is meme stuff, but let me see if I got that one. Big ass picture there. Happy as hell with it. Oh, man. Give me a sec. Fucking General Flynn. I remember that fool, man. Yeah, listen, I got a whole shrine over here, man. Matter of fact, hold on, guys. While you're bullshitting, listen, I got plenty of stuff. Just so happens, here, I'll show you real quick, because all this stuff is ready, right? Here it is right here. So you can see, give me a sec, guys. See that right there? That's it. These flags I got from my combat deployments. That one's from Afghanistan right there. These are coins I got from generals that I drove. So a lot of these guys you see on television, I drove for them. So that's it. This is kind of like my little shrine I got. Yep. But I'm glad, man. I am so glad to be done. I cannot tell you how happy I am that I don't have to do that shit anymore, man. This is why I got a face full of hair now. Because, you know, I couldn't do it, right? We couldn't shave your entire career. And listen, I had a shaving profile. They don't give a fuck about that shit. Right? You still had to shave, especially like if high level shit was going on, the generals, they'd chew your ass out. They don't want to hear, no, you got a shaving profile. That's why I'm telling you, it's even worse under Whiskey Leaks now. They do what they want to do to you in the military. You at people's mercy when they got power over you. And so you got to be very careful who you give power to. But America thought it was a good idea to put fucking Trump in there twice so he can just wreck shit. So here we are. We're seeing the fallout of that now. Yeah, I'll get that picture a little later. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah, listen, I'm not shaving no more either, man. Shit messed up my face so much. The doctor was the reason why I had to get in the first place, because he finally said, listen, if you keep shaving, your face is going to be unrecoverable. And I'm like, well, hell, that's it. So they gave me it because I was always on temporary shaving profile. Always on temporary shaving profile. Always had fucking ingrown hairs. Under my neck was the worst. I could deal with it here, but other than that was absolutely was a nightmare. So this is a bad policy, man. It's a bad policy. And now the racism, right? Now they want to get rid of you for shaving profiles, a medical condition that really deals with black people. That's how racist the country is. And they put the morons in charge. That's why we're going through all this shit right now, guys. This is why specifically we're dealing with it. So yeah, it's fucking nuts, man. It's nuts. matter of fact, hold on a second. There is something else I want to bring up. Let me check something out here real quick. Since I'm running around here, I finally found my damn Stream Deck stuff I wanted to get. Yeah, this is it. This is it right here, baby. Hold on. I'm going to give y'all Encore now, man, just because I'm able to import all my damn songs. It took me a while to find out where the hell my songs were at. I had to look at my old. I have 2 Stream Decks. My big one is upstairs, and my original one I got that's like the 6-key or 9-key one. That's the smallest one is down here. And unfortunately, I can't just clone it down here. I wish I could, but yeah, it's a lot more complicated. But I got it. So that's it. Yeah, listen, but nobody got gas, man. That's the thing. They talk about all that gas mask stuff. When the last time they used chemical agents against U.S. soldiers? They haven't. Because America reserves the right to use nukes if someone uses chemical weapons on us. In case you was wondering. So they talk about all that stuff, man, but that's not a real reason. They don't want these people. They don't want black people in here with these beards. But they had religious exceptions. They didn't never, but they don't listen. The thing about it, it's all about your chain of command. It's all about your chain of command, guys, whether they let that shit go or not. I don't care what the law says. I don't care what people say. Your local chain of command is going to decide how that shit go down. All right. Well, since we talk about Dr. Don, the Teflon Khan, one more encore, baby. Now that I got my damn songs back. Got one more. Let's run it. One more for this damn MAGA demon.
Indicted, locked up, can't get me off their mind, Lord knows they've tried millions times. Oh, why can't they just let me go? Get me out, man. Jail cells are waiting, my hands are tied. Grand tourist is lurking, can't run and hide. Oh, I can't avoid it. I can't avoid it. I try to escape it, but it's in the news. The man I had with the age, they're on my tail. Oh, I can't avoid it. I can't avoid it. They keep making it hard to stay, but I still won't stay away. I gotta know why can't they just let me go? Indicted, locked up, can't get me off their mind. Lord knows they've tried millions times. Oh, why can't they just let me go? Indicted, locked up, can't get me off their mind. Lord knows they've tried millions times. Oh, why can't they just let me go? Can't get me off their mind. Why can't they just let me go? Millions times. I gotta know why can't they? I gotta know why can't they? I gotta know why can't they let me golf?
He can't golf no damn way. All he do is cheat. Oh, there was a good days, man. Listen, I had a lot of good time with those videos. But you know, that was back when I had the Trump for prison banners up there, and I thought that the DOJ was going to do their fucking job and lock him up. They should have locked his ass up, man. We could have had to have it ended. We could have rolled off into the sunset with Biden and Kamala. But they did not want to get rid of this white supremacist threat. And so now we're in this dystopian ass timeline. Oh, shit, guys. It is wild, man. It is wild. But, hey, I do this shit to try to keep sane. I take days, man. I had to get back to video gaming to have an outlet because, you know, it's just a continuous stream of bullshit. It's like Bannon said they want to flood the zone every day. Every day. Listen, he should have been locked up. Not only Trump should have been locked up, that buck dancing, Clarence Thomas, his wife, should have been locked up too for what she did during the insurrection. Everybody that planned the insurrection, that supported that shit, should have been locked up. But they giving people down in Texas 100-year sentences. But you can do an insurrection. Remember, they were convicted of seditious conspiracy, not just charged. They were convicted. The Powerpuff Boys, the Oath Breakers, the 3%ers, convicted. They was giving their ass Buck Roger years. All for nothing. All performative. Pardoned every last one of them. Selling pardons. None of that shit's a deal breaker. That's why we're in the shit show that we're in right now, guys. That's why things are so crazy. That's why it's all touch and go. Will democracy survive? And that's the $1 million question. Will America still have a democracy? It ain't looking good for the home team. So if you want to do your part, get the fuck out there. This is the last call for democracy. It's the last call for democracy this fall. Get everybody and they fucking daddy out there to vote. Because after that, that's it. And it may be, listen, it may be done, man. It may be done. But if it is, I'm going out like Nat Turner. Right? If we really are cooked, hey, I'm going out like Nat Turner. That's it. That's my last, and that's my Ace of Spades card I'm holding on right now. Because this is where we are, man. This is where we are. And it's really a shame because Kamala would have been a fucking amazing president. I believed in Kamala. I'm telling you right now, it was day one Kamala. I never believed the bullshit propaganda about her because I know what black women go through in this country. Black women go through so much in this fucking country and rise above that shit. If you really want to live among the stars, you should have put black women in charge. Put black women. Matter of fact, when I'm talking about that, remember that dumb shit Charlie Kirk said that he get nervous when he sees a black pilot? Let me tell you when I get nervous. When I see a white male nurse, I'm damn near petrified, especially if I got to give up blood. If I got to give up blood, I already know the bullshit coming. Now, let me tell you, when I see a black nurse, shit, I know. Man, my last visit I had up here in Dumfries, it was an all-black nurse staff, receptionist in that bitch, person who came out to take me in the back, the doctor, best fucking visit ever. This girl took blood from me while we was having a conversation talking about that shit. Easy peasy, man. Got that shit out, man. I was like, damn, you done already? I said, man, I tell you, man, black women are fucking amazing. She's like, yeah, I know. She been doing this shit for 19 years. 19 years, man. See, if you really want America to shine, put these powerful black women in charge and watch how that shit shine. You couldn't, man, I'm telling you. I damn near have a panic attack when I see white nurses because I went through the shit with them. I'll tell you, I can give you all kind of horror stories about that shit. But America's so racist, they always push the propaganda. Shit, I seen a damn Instagram video. They had two black airline pilots, two black female airline pilots. I said, man, shit, put me on that flight. Hey, if them two black women are pilots on that plane, you know that's the safest fucking flight in America. That's the safest fucking flight in America. I will fly that motherfucker to Hong Kong, right? I would sleep like a baby in that bitch. Because one thing a black woman gonna do, she gonna outperform everybody else in that bitch. Straight up. If you got a black woman in that motherfucker, man, as a pilot, you know she the best of the best in that bitch. She probably could land that bitch on an aircraft carrier. Shit. I'm telling you. I'm out. Listen, anytime shit went down, man, black women have been there. And it's really a shame that America loves the labor of black women, but they do not want black women leadership. It was a night and day difference between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Night and day difference, man. But that's America. We can give you our best. We gave you Barack Obama. We gave you Michelle Obama. We gave you the very best of black culture. America turned around and gave us trailer park trash. They gave us the worst fucking white person in history. After we gave you our best, you gave us the fucking bottom of the barrel. Straight trailer park trash. How we go from Kamala, how we go from Barack Obama, Michelle Obama to this? It's nuts, man. It's nuts. This is the problem with America. They will put this dude in charge of the country knowing he ain't qualified to run shit. Knowing that he can't control his bladder and his own damn, he can't control his bladder, man. Pooping in his diaper, right? He in there taking mad shits in his diaper, man. And y'all put this dude in the most powerful position in the country. Twice. So, okay. So understand why we're here, guys. You crazy as hell, dude. Obviously, you ain't seen the trailers I've seen, but you can cry hard about it, man. I say you're my biggest fan, man. And you joined us over here in the landscape mode. Now you can see your own comments now. You happy? See, y'all be my biggest fans. But you were quiet during Lindsey Graham. Hold on, I got somebody honking out in my comments. So what say you about Lindsey Graham? Hey, the whole milk king, the guy who liked this whole milk shit. Did you know Lindsey Graham was a power bottom? Did you know Lindsey Graham was a power bottom for Trump? Did you know Lindsey Graham was a power bottom for Trump? Where you at, bro? He sure is quiet. Wait, hey, what happened, man? Trans lady got your tongue? You like the Dick Dastardly too? Come on, man. Come on. Oh, now he's like, who gives a shit about Lindsey Graham? Lindsey Graham is your boy. He your boy. He your senator. Right? He your senator. I didn't vote for that dude. But you think Trump ain't won either? Come on. We know that the Republican Party is closeted. Come on, man. So that's why you were so quiet when I showed y'all the receipts again, man. You sure was quiet because I see you crashing out, man, but I'm not seeing you. I'm not seeing you. Did you see the receipts I showed you earlier? You care to comment, man, of why the Republican Party is so closeted with everything? Every accusation is confession. Come on, man. Hey, I guess the whole Milk King is on delay. I told you some crackpots, right? You out here, you probably the raw milk king. You drinking that raw milk again? We know how you anti-vaxxers and anti-science people be. Come on, I'm just giving you the real. The Republican Party is a party of hypocrisy. They're the party of insurrection, overt racism, open corruption, the party of sheer fucking incompetence. All right, I guess that's it, man. Hey, it must be a sensitive subject for the whole Milk King. And I get it, man. I get it. The Republican Party is anti-science. You don't have to take my word for it. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Obviously, and listen, if you don't want to take my word for it, I got you, man. Listen. So we got peer-reviewed sources, man. We got people in that community that can talk way better, way more eloquent than me. Shit, I'll let you hear from them. I got you, bro. Not a problem. And we go pull this shit up. Let's get it.
What scares you?
What scares me most?
Yeah.
The level of profound science illiteracy in people who have control over laws and legislation of the land. That scares me the most, because that is a recipe for the unraveling of an informed democracy. And if that permeates around the world, it could dismantle civilization. And I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that, because the methods and tools of science are the way. It's the best way we've ever come up with as humans to establish what is objectively true in the world. And while you're establishing what is objectively true, you also end up establishing what is objectively false. If people have different belief systems, that's fine in a country that protects that. But if you have a belief system that I don't have, and you rise to power over laws and create a law based on your belief system, that is a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for the ending of the American system of governance.
What's scary?
Well, at least you know the man, right? He also says that the Trump administration is the most anti-science administration in U.S. history. And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. See, once again, so you got a problem. So who do you believe is a scientist? Who do you believe this guy is one of the most? He's a brilliant mind. So you and your feelings there, guy? I'm giving you the best of black people. Once again, the best in this field, because you guys are anti-science, you're anti-education. That's why you got a fucking WWE owner, McMahon, destroying, the Department of Education. Just like her predecessor did before her, Betsy DeVoe, another one out here, destroying education. All that money they giving out to billionaires. They could have been putting that shit so you can have this. And that's the real problem, man. Billionaires are the problem. All right, billionaires, rich white men are the problem in this country because their greed knows no boundaries. So therefore, they don't mind starting wars because it's profitable, right? If you have a contracting company, a military contracting company, you can make trillions. That's why they leave equipment, because they just buy new shit. All of the armed forces are in competition with each other to see who can still maintain and increase their spending levels. It's bizarre, man, but that's the system. This is the monster that we create. And if you build the fastest bombers and the most stealth bombers and all the ships, then you're still incentivized to use that shit. So it is what it is, man. That's why we're in this shit show right now. White people got to wake up and smell the fascism, because those policies come back to bite you in the ass. White people got out here getting smoked right now. They're putting white people up. They giving white people 100 years in prison. 100 years in prison for being Antifa and BLM. They've been doing that shit to black people. The shit they do to black people, they warm up for the rest of the undesirables. First, they came for the communists. Then they came for the socialists. They came for the blacks, the Mexicans. But they coming for poor white people too. They coming for poor white people too. Oh, I see people honking out, man. Listen, they coming for you too. Somebody got to get up in the sweat camps. Ain't gonna be me. You saying that they stole your jobs, that Hispanic people stole your jobs? So it's a hot mess where the country's in right now, guys. And we've got to rally. For those of us who still give a shit about this thing, we've got to rally to get out of it. Yeah, most certainly, guys. We got to rally to get out of that shit. All right, guys, be sure to follow me on my backup accounts. You know what? I forgot to even put my damn shameless plugs out tonight, guys. I got my Cash App already up here in my comment section. I'm going to flip that over and let you guys in the Venmo. If you guys want to hook me up, remember, I don't get paid for this. I've been banned 32 times or 31 times across all platforms. So you can hit me up directly. At money sign US Army Overlord is my Cash App. At US Army Overlord is my Venmo. GoFundMe's out there. The what is that? Buy me a coffee. All that stuff links in my bio. So I appreciate you guys. Anybody that hooked me up, I appreciate you. Because this is it, guys. I'm funded by you. But I'm doing it even when I pay. I do it. This system you see right here, I pay $50 a month just for this. For this one program I'm using right now to multi-stream, I pay $50 a month just for that. So I normally operate at a loss, and I'm okay with that because I believe what I got to say is important, and somebody has to be willing to speak the truth because you're not going to hear the mainstream media talking about the dirt that's happening with Lindsey Graham. You're not going to hear them having a real conversation about those things, but you'll hear it here. All right. And remember, boys and girls, the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. That's a message from your Antifa field commander. And whether it takes 10 months or 10 years, we must be absolutely relentless in our fight against the white delusion of white supremacy.
Mm-hmm. 1713. On the ship Henrietta Marie, chained Africans crossed the Atlantic with no room to stand. Many died before land appeared. Their bodies were thrown into the ocean behind the ship. The ocean saw.
Listen to this closely.
This happened to your bloodline.
This was planned for profit.
Your ancestors still survived it.
The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. From the 1500s to the 1800s, European ships crossed West Africa, Portugal, Britain, Spain, France, and the Netherlands built this trade. They bought and kidnapped African people for labor in the Americas. Historians estimate that 10 to 12 million Africans survived the crossing. Millions more died before reaching shore. People were taken from Angola, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, and Congo. Many were marched hundreds of miles to slave ports and chains. At ports like Elm, the Castle, and Bonny, families were separated forever. The crossing became known as the Middle Passage. Ships packed human beings below deck like cargo. Some ships held more than 400 people at once. The British ship Brooks became famous for how tightly people were packed. Men, women, and children were chained together for weeks or months. Many could not sit upright. Disease spread fast in the heat below deck. Dysentery, fever, dehydration, and starvation killed thousands. Women were sexually abused by crew members during the voyage. Some captive jumped into the ocean rather than live in slavery in 1781. The crew of the slave ship zoned through more than 130 Africans into the sea for insurance money. The owners went to court demanding payment for the murdered people. Olaudah Equiana wrote about the smell, the chains, and the screaming in his 1789 book. Your ancestors lived through organized torture, created for money.
Do not look away from this history.
They counted black bodies as cargo.
But your ancestors kept fighting. The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never
Yeah. The Middle Passage helped build the economies of Europe and America. Sugar plantations in the Caribbean depended on enslaved labor. Cotton plantations in the American South depended on enslaved labor. Banks, shipping companies, and insurance firms made fortunes from slavery. Cities like Liverpool and Bristol grew rich from slave voyages in the United States. Slavery expanded after the invention of the cotton gin in 1793. By 1860, nearly 4 million enslaved black people lived in America. Congress banned the importation of enslaved Africans in 1808. But slavery continued inside the country. Children were still sold away from parents at auctions. Black families were still whipped, branded, and controlled by force.